night.
Yes.
Mitchell, the self-appointed spokesperson, you and your mates have had this band for 8 years?
Yeah, we formed up. Do you want to grab the microphone? Sure. Should I grab it? Yeah. Yeah, I formed about 8 years ago. I started making music in the bedroom, as it classically starts out, and then kind of worked our way up from there. Met these two along the way, Jesse and Pat, and now they say 7 years makes a lifelong friendship, 8 years deep. So I think we're good to go.
Very good. Well, that's good to know. Let's listen to a little bit of their music. This is a song called Swim. Listen. All right, the live shows look very dynamic, billions of streams, and you were saying something very interesting to me, that radio is no longer the gatekeeper.
No, yeah, I don't believe that it's truly the gatekeeper. I think that online streams, Apple Music, Spotify, that kind of stuff really kind of dictates what an artist is capable of doing nowadays. I mean, it's fantastic to have a song on radio, but it's definitely not make or break.
What can people look forward to the show on Friday night here?
I think the music's a lot different live to what we do in the studio. It's more of a rock show with a great drummer, a great bass guitarist, and a couple drum solos and guitar solos.
And how will you guys acclimate to this, virtually new theater celebrating its year anniversary? First time for you to playing here on Friday night.
It's an honor. It's an absolute honor to be here, to play here. We did not expect to be able to sell tickets for this venue, so we're very surprised. I mean, the whole pandemic, it was hard to gauge how. I don't want to brag, say successful we were coming. How kind of.
You can brag. People in the rock business brag. Don't be shy.
Yeah, no, but
you hear you brag. How successful have you guys become?
Pretty successful, I guess. But I could say this. I want to give a quick shout out to YouTube though. With the radio thing, I guess video did kill the radio star. So shout out YouTube. Thank you very much for having us here.
YouTube.
I think it's when we first started too. YouTube was our first platform before. We put our actual music out on social platforms. So for us, it's like a really cool.
We've done a full 360.
Full loops, yeah.
Yeah.
And then do you find, certainly the phrase you've heard, this punching above one's weight, that Australia as a country has supplied more actors worldwide, etc. Is that happening with music too?
I think, yeah, there's a lot of ambition coming from the country itself. I mean, we feel very kind of discluded from everything. I mean, there's its own industry within Australia. I'm not trying to rag on Australia whatsoever, but there's a glass ceiling. And so we came to America first, actually, to try and break America. And then we returned to Australia. So we kind of did it the opposite way, and it kind of worked out to our favor.
I'll say, do you feel you've broken America?
I think America has been super welcoming to everyone, and there's also a wealth of Australian artists that have just been killing it, like Xavier Main, who's coming out and so he's opening up on Friday.
Yeah.
Running Touch, who's an incredible friend of ours. So there's so much talent down in Australia that Americans need to start paying a bit more attention down there, in my opinion.
Yeah, speaking of talent down in Australia, I often talk on the show here how I do television in Australia, and I asked these guys if any of them had seen me on the Today Show in Australia, and all 5 of them very quickly said they had not. So that happens too. Why is that?
Because we're never up this early.
Yeah, I'm not up early enough, man. We're rock stars. Like
it's early for us.
We woke up for this interview and we were like, oh. I didn't even look in the mirror before I got here. I had to come here and go to the bathroom and see what I was wearing.
Right. Well, there you are. Again, you can see Chase Atlantic. They're going to be here, this very stage, YouTube Theater. It is happening this Friday night. And, of course, for the uninitiated, YouTube is right next to SoFi, part of the extraordinary developments in Inglewood. We've had a really fun morning here. When you guys, did you see our football stadium?
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah. That's where I thought we were playing at first. And I was like, I don't know about this.
No, we weren't really able to break it to them, but they're going to learn now. We'll go back to you guys in Hollywood.
Sam, thank you.
Sam almost looks like a member of the band.
He sort of does.
A 6 member.
He was very
almost
disappointed, though, when he asked them, hey, have you ever seen me on Australian TV? And they all said no.
No.